day I get reminded that the key to truly achieving success comes down to mastery, boring work, and just consistency. I was scrolling down through Twitter today, and I came across this old post that Alex Becker made on his Facebook group 3 years ago. And it was breaking down the amount of time that he spent testing ads for his company Hyros. So he was running ads for like a specific funnel. And for you guys who are not in the marketing world, funnel essentially is, a series of steps that you take a customer from cold to convert them into a sale. So talking about like one funnel will include ads, landing page, quizzes, and all that stuff. So, but anyways, he talked about how he literally spent 200 hours on optimizing one specific funnel. And out of those 200 hours and the amount of times that he tested that funnel, he failed like 1 out of 5 ads, or 1 out of 5 was successful. And it brought that, like, it kind of felt like a slap in the face, because me personally, I've always been controlled by that shiny object syndrome that I'm pretty sure controls a lot of you guys too, especially if you haven't made it yet. You go to YouTube, you keep scrolling for the answers to making money online, and you come across like brand new opportunities, especially now with this, with the AI movement, and you get so obsessed with finding the easy way out, when in reality it's right in front of you. Like that one vehicle that you chose is the opportunity. You just haven't done enough. You haven't put in enough volume to actually make that successful. Because here's the deal: all these YouTubers, all these Facebook guys, all these gurus are essentially lying to you. They're making it sound simpler and easier than it is. Now, in fact, it is simple. Okay, it's just you put in a certain amount of inputs, and a certain amount of outputs will come out. Okay, it is really just based on your inputs. And yes, obviously, the more skilled you are in that same profession or industry, the easier or the more inputs you can do. But there's no way around it, and there's no way around it, guys. It's really like in the beginning, you have to do more work than somebody that's in chapter 5 it's doing at the moment, because you have no leverage. And that's really where most people quit. I honestly quit multiple business models right before they were about to be successful. And the reason why is because it just got hard. Anytime the problems came, I thought that the solution was finding something different. And every single time that I chose something different, it never worked. Now, I realized that I just need to stick with something for long enough to see the fruits of the labor. And you will know when you've done everything you possibly can, you will know whether that opportunity is for you or not. But you will never know if you keep jumping from opportunity to opportunity. So the mindset shift that the lesson of this quick video is to just forget about all the outside noise. Forget about any new opportunity. Don't look for information. Only look for information as it comes. So for example, if you're starting a new bit like SMMA or whatever, like just any business model. I honestly don't recommend SMMA for anybody, but anyways, just start any business model. Honestly, just dial in on it, okay? Try it out. If you need to learn something new, or if something comes up that is a problem, just look it up. But you should not have access to YouTube, Facebook, or social media at all, guys. Only reason you should have the social medias is if you are gonna do outreach or post content, but it should not be there for you to be distracted. Okay, one of the best things that I've done in the last week to completely like change the way I work is having no access to any social media on my phone. Like I have no way, not even if I cheat myself, not even if I like, like if I let my mind go off and I get distracted and I look it up on my search engine on Safari or whatever. There's no way for me to access social media on my phone. It's only on my computer, and there's multiple ways you can do that. I'll make a video about how the many ways that I use to completely just to make sure that I'm not able to access social media at all. And that is honestly the first step if you want to actually make some money online. Because here's the deal, and this is what happened to me. You're gonna start jumping into opportunity from opportunity, and at the end of it, you're gonna feel like you will waste a lot of time, and two, you didn't learn any skills. So right now, if you're in your 20s or you're in your teen years, you just graduated high school, just the business that you're gonna create now, the likelihood of that being the only business you create is gonna be pretty close to zero. Right now, the main focus is to make money and acquire skills. And acquiring skills is the top part of the pyramid. Acquiring like skills such as like sales, marketing. So if you can, like honestly, if I were to go back, I wouldn't have even started an online business. I think that you're much better off starting some sort of starting a sales job, and once you get good enough at sales that you feel comfortable, starting a service business, which it's a home-based service business, such as like a cleaning company, painting company, where you can hire subcontractors to do the work for you. Now, it is more difficult because you don't understand the industry or how jobs are paid and everything, but it's definitely easier that way than doing an online business. So, and this is just advice to myself, guys. I'll be making more videos about how I'm approaching everything, but just this note to myself: do more of the same thing. Right now, I'm starting a lead generation agency, and the way I generate leads is through cold outreach, such as cold DMs, LinkedIn, cold email, and cold calling. And I think I just had a couple thoughts like of maybe I shouldn't be doing this, blah blah blah, and that hit me, and I was like, no, I need to be doing this. Okay, I need to do this. I might talk myself into actually sticking with it, because it's easier to do that than to start something new again. You already started something. It's easier to stick with it, because if people are making money in that same business model, it means that you could too. Okay, and they just have something that you don't have. Okay, and what they have is the ability to stay consistent and do way more volume of work than you do. Okay, so the people that are making a lot of money right now, they stuck with the same thing for such a long time. Seeking mastery is by far the most important thing you gotta focus on. Getting so good that it's undeniable that you fail is just I don't think anything feels better than just becoming a master at something. Like being so good at it that you like that people seek out your advice. I just don't think there's anything better than that. Just like I don't think there's any better feeling than sales when you like do cold outreach, and you're hunting down what you only get what you kill, and you're out there selling, dealing with rejection, which is why I chose outbound lead generation, because that's how cold email is and how cold calling and LinkedIn, and doing a ton of volume Um, so yeah, guys, look, the reality is the reason why you're not making money is because you haven't stuck with something long enough to become good at it. And nobody's gonna pay you anything if you're just a beginner. That's the truth. They will probably pay you, but if you can't generate results and you don't have the right offer, you don't have the skills to back up your claims and actually produce results, you're not gonna make any money. But that shouldn't stop you though from trying, because the reality is you're not gonna get results for the first client, at least not the ones you want. But these are, as long as you're not robbing them. Okay, so as long as you have a guarantee where if you don't make results or you don't work on, as long as you work in a performance only basis, you'll be all right. Because the last thing you want to do is it's kind of like get money from somebody and not even produce any results. But if you work on a performance basis or you do something on a performance basis where you only get paid if you actually produce results, but you have that client experience, you're onboarding them, you created some SOPs, you tested, you did some campaigns for them, you created an offer for them, and all that stuff, and you start acquiring those skills, such as like, building funnels, Facebook ads, cold outreach, literally as many marketing skills you can acquire or sales skills you can acquire, and then on top of that you add your customer service, your product, your service delivery, all of that, guys, compounds. And the truth is, there's no business model that fails. Okay? It's the entrepreneur that fails. It's the entrepreneur that gives up after one business model didn't work or they didn't do enough to make that business model work. So this is all over the place, but this is a rant. I do believe that the key, that the answer that you're looking for, it's not on the next business model. The answer that you're looking for is in that same situation you're in right now. You're facing the hardships of not being good at something, and just the things that come with actually making money online, or doing something great online, mastering something, and you're hitting that obstacle, and you're switching to the next opportunity because you don't want to face that obstacle. But what's gonna happen is you're gonna be facing the same obstacles but in a different opportunity. And that opportunity might not even be as good as the one you tried. Let me tell you a quick story. That happened to me. I first started doing video production, and I did it for maybe a year, and I just didn't have the sales skills. I didn't know that I had to go out there and do outreach, call people, call businesses. I just expected people to come to me, and a lot of people did come to me, which was a testament of that. I was doing a good work, and that's how I got a few jobs. But I think I could have done way more money. I could have built a legit business if I would have done a lot of outreach. I just didn't do it, and it happens a lot. That's just my experience. But then I got a sales job, and then I realized, I learned about the importance of sales, like having a sales process. I learned lead generation, cold calling, cold emailing, cold DMing, and with all those lessons, I was able to really dial in, and it actually launched me into this new business model, which is right now, I have been working on this for a month, no clients yet. I was very close to a client, but I made a mistake and I just dropped it. So those are things that I keep learning. But long story short, the lesson for this video is that this is all reminders to myself. The lesson for this video is stick with it long enough. Seek to be the master at it, that you are so good that there's no way you could ever fail. And if you master cold outbound or any sales skills or any marketing skills, any new opportunity you jump on after that one legitimately fail, and I will make a video on how to choose the right opportunity for you, because I do believe that it comes down to personality, previous experience. There's a lot of factors that actually help you pick the right opportunity for you. But so stay tuned for it. I'll make it tomorrow. But yeah, so if you are able to stick with this, with something that you believe is the one. You look at all the possibilities and you choose that one as like, this is the one I want to focus on. You just have to become a master at it. You have to take the beatings that everybody before you took. Okay, everybody that's in business that you look up to, they took so many beatings in the beginning. Okay, I was talking to a friend of mine. He built a logistics company and sold it for eight figures. It was an 8-figure exit, and he mentioned the same thing. The guy didn't become a millionaire until his 40s. But in his 20s, he became a salesperson, became the top person in the company as a salesperson in that same industry, and then he went and launched a business in that industry. And when I talked to him about that industry, he's an expert at it. Okay, he knows everything. Like, he can talk about it. Like, I ask him about like logistics or anything like that, and he just doesn't stop talking. Like, he's so good at it. He knows every single detail about logistics. That's how good you have to be in order to actually make it successful. If you don't know every single thing that's happening in the industry, you don't know anything about how everything works. He knows everything about the industry, and he spent 10 years in that industry. That's how you become successful. You don't become successful by trying something new every 2 months or every 3 months. Like all these guys boasting about making $50,000 a year in their business, so business revenue, not profit. Okay, that's not shit, guys. Okay, these guys are not. That's not like a big business. Okay, that's not even close to a small business. Okay, so don't get caught up in everybody's idea of like, you see their flashy cars, they're flashing their 10K a month in their agency, which is great. I mean, I'm not even there yet. I'm not hating on them, but I do think that that's something that you got to put into perspective. It takes years and years to really become successful, like in that way where you are like actually a company. So just the lesson for today again is pick something that based on data, based on your experience, your personality, that you believe will work for you and you can do this for a long time. Once you do that, you will be able to just put your head down and not give up, at least for 2 years. You have to stay with it for 2 years. Okay, 2 freaking years to see success. Now, obviously, if you don't get a client in a year, then that's something wrong with you, okay? But just keep working at it. So one of the best things you can do is do a business such as like cleaning, house cleaning, something that has a low barrier of entry. Start building those skills through that business, or get a sales job. And just once you feel like, if you build a huge cleaning business, perfect. If you don't, you learn the skills such as Facebook ads, Google ads, creating a website, lead generation. Don't outsource any of that, guys. Create it yourself. Learn the skills. Okay? You can outsource it once you actually have a very profitable and have enough revenue to bring, to keep that there. Okay? So, anyways, long story short, thank you for sticking with the video. I'll be posting every single day for the next, until I don't post anymore. But I will document my journey from zero to $5,000. So this is gonna be a journey that's realistic for everybody. Okay, I'm gonna be focusing on just getting my first client, and then I'll move on and increase the goal. Okay, but right now the main goal is to get to $5,000, which is my first 2 clients. Okay. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you wanna follow the journey, and also make sure you guys document your journey. Okay.